Sacramento Kings vs Golden State Warriors is set to be one of the most exciting series in the first round. In this series, we get a young, hungry Kings team going up against an older veteran Warriors team ready to defend their throne. The Sacramento Kings are the definition of a Cinderella story. Most had them as a lottery team this year, but the Kings took the NBA by storm and managed to finish as the 3 seed. The Warriors, on the other hand, have mostly played below expectations this year, barely squeezing into the playoffs as a 6 seed when most had them as a title contender this year. But the Warriors have managed to get healthy at the perfect time, and they finished the regular season strong. I think this is going to be a very competitive series. So in this video, let's briefly break down both teams, the keys to both teams winning, and I'll give my ultimate prediction on which team I think is going to win this series. First, let's break down the Kings. The main reason Sacramento has been so dominant this year has been their incredible offense. They not only have the highest offensive rating in the NBA this season, but also the highest offensive rating in league history. Domantas Sabonis is the hub of that offense, where his incredible footwork and touch make him really difficult to defend in the post, but he also creates a ton of easy baskets for his teammates with his passes to cutters and his handoff plays. De'Aaron Fox has also been huge. He's averaging 25 a game on a career-high 52% field goal percentage. Fox may just be the most athletic guard in the league, and this allows him to not only get into the paint at will, but also convert at the rim at an extremely efficient rate. De'Aaron Fox is also Captain Clutch, ranking number 1 in the league in total points in the clutch this season. So while Domantas Sabonis spearheads the Kings' offense through most of the game, De'Aaron Fox brings the Kings to the finish line with his clutch scoring. The Kings have had an unreal season after a long 16-year playoff drought. Their reward? Getting to play a smart, veteran Warriors team that just won the championship last year.
No! God, please, no! No!
The Golden State Warriors had mostly a disappointing regular season, but they're starting to heat up at the perfect time. The return of Gary Payton II and the impending return of Andrew Wiggins gives the Warriors some much needed defense and toughness. Steph Curry put together another MVP caliber season, averaging 29 a game on damn near 50-40-90 splits. Klay Thompson returned to all-star form after many said he was washed earlier in the year, and while Jordan Poole mostly played below expectations, he could still heat up and take over games at any given moment. The Golden State Warriors are a tough matchup for any playoff opponent. Now let's discuss the keys to success, starting with the Warriors. Golden State has to take advantage of Sacramento's poor defense. Sacramento gives up a lot of points in the paint, and they also give up a lot of three-pointers. They give up a ton of dribble penetration, and they don't have great rim protection, with Domantas Sabonis registering under a block a game. The Warriors, on the other hand, rank first in the league in three-pointers made and second in the league in three-point percentage. The Warriors generate a ton of open threes with their movement shooting and their driving kick plays, and they can look to further exploit Sacramento's poor defense by going small. By playing lineups with Draymond Green at the 5, the Warriors put more shooting out there, and this allows them to create more open three-pointers when they collapse the defense. The Sacramento Kings are one of the worst defensive teams in this year's playoffs, and the Warriors have the personnel to exploit Sacramento's poor defense. This is a very favorable matchup for Steph Curry. Steph is already one of the toughest covers in the league, but the Kings' lack of perimeter defenders and rim protectors should allow Steph to have a field day. Don't be surprised if he averages over 30 points per game in this series. Now, Sacramento may try to double Steph to get the ball out of his hands, but this is only going to lead to him setting up his teammates for open shots. Klay Thompson is one of the biggest beneficiaries of Steph's passing, and if Klay gets cooking from downtown, then the Kings are going to be in a world of hurt. As for Sacramento, they're really going to need De'Aaron Fox to go nuclear. One thing they can do to aid him is to force mismatches with Klay Thompson on De'Aaron Fox. The Warriors will probably use Gary Payton II to guard Fox most of this series, but late in games, the Kings should use screens to force Gary Payton II off of De'Aaron Fox and try to force Klay Thompson to guard up. Klay at one point was a great defender, but injuries and mileage has robbed him of his lateral quickness. And if Klay Thompson has to defend De'Aaron Fox, especially late in games, then there's no doubt that De'Aaron Fox is going to torch him. The Kings also have to capitalize on the Warriors' turnovers. The Warriors are the best assist team in the league, but they also rank number 1 in the league in turnovers per game. The Sacramento Kings have to take advantage of the Warriors' mistakes and turn those turnovers into fast break buckets. The Kings are one of the better fast break teams in the league, where De'Aaron Fox in particular is really hard to stop in transition. And lastly, the Kings have to keep Kevon Looney off the glass. Kevon Looney is one of the best offensive rebounders in the league, ranking number 1 in the league in total offensive rebounds. This is largely going to be on Domantas Sabonis. He's one of the top defensive rebounders in the league, and he really has to put a body on Kevon Looney, box out, and prevent Looney from getting those offensive boards. The Golden State Warriors are already one of the best offensive teams and one of the best three-point shooting teams. And the last thing that the Kings want is to give the Warriors second chance opportunities and more open looks. Now let's discuss X factors. Andrew Wiggins is the main X factor for the Warriors in my opinion. Normally, Wiggins is one of the Warriors' top players, but we haven't seen him play a game since February. He's going to use this week to ramp up, but whether he's going to be 100% come game 1 is unknown. If Andrew Wiggins is in playoff mode by game 1, then he gives them another lockdown defender that they can throw at De'Aaron Fox, as well as giving them another shooter and a guy that could give Golden State an efficient 20 points a game. If Andrew Wiggins is ready to go come playoff time, then that's going to be another huge weapon for Golden State. For the Kings, their X factor is Malik Monk. Malik Monk has been extremely valuable to Sacramento this season. Not only is he a good shooter, but he gives the Kings a legit scorer and playmaker off the bench, which is why he's one of the candidates for the 6th Man of the Year award. If Malik Monk can have a big series, then he could swing this matchup in Sacramento's favor. But now's the time for my prediction. I think this is going to be a competitive series, but I'm sorry, Kings fans. I'm going to go with the Warriors winning in 6 games. I think the Warriors have the superior talent, and I think their veteran experience is going to be enough to push them over the edge. But now I want to hear from you guys. Who wins this series and in how many games? Tell me in the comments. Guys, I'm going to be uploading videos on the playoffs all postseason long, so if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more dope content just like it, drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day, guys.